Hey, JB here. Welcome to the show today. We are going more into the Supernote A6X today. And can it be a reader? That was the question. When I did my unboxing, a lot of people were asking me, can this thing actually be a reader replacement? So what I've got is I've got my Kobo here. I've got my Oasis from Amazon. So we can compare it as a reader. So first of all, let's go ahead and go on the device. As you can see, I have opened up an EPUB here that I downloaded from the internet. And as you can see, it opens up great. One of the issues I had why I didn't like it as a reader is because I tried to open a PDF, and we're going to do that in a minute. And basically, I couldn't get the font to be the right size. So when I click here on the three dots, basically I can go into display settings and I can change the font that I need to on the EPUB. Okay, so if we want to compare it to my favorite e-reader, this is the Kobo. I absolutely love this. I use this every day. One of the things that it has is a backlight, which is really great, which this doesn't have. But you can see, if we compare it, the writing is very similar. The device that I don't use anymore that I have here, let's go ahead and open it up. Let's see, why is it not turning on? And that is the Kindle. We'll put the Kindle in here. Again, you can see it's very similar. And the reason I don't like the Kindle is because I got to keep swiping because of the font size. As you can see, they just don't, it's not big enough. But again, one of the things you can see is the backlight on here. So at night, that really makes a big difference. So can it serve as a reader for EPUBs? Yes, it can. Now remember, we have the DRM thing, which is always a pain, right? With the Remarkable and all these devices. Obviously with the readers, we don't have to worry about that because we're purchasing the books. With this device, we have to use free EPUBs with DRM. So again, going back to the quick comparison, you can see it makes a decent reader, and then you can actually make notes on it, which is obviously you can't do that on the Kobo, which is really impressive. But where it lets me down is when we get to PDFs, okay? So I'm gonna get the Kobo out of the screen, and we're gonna go ahead and show you in a PDF. So what happens is on the PDF, and maybe you, some of you that watch, like I always say, we have the smartest subscribers in the world, can do something different with this. But if I pull up a PDF of a book that I have, basically the PDF, I have no way to zoom in on this. And as you can see, even as you look on the monitor, this thing is tiny. And I press the three little dots, and basically I've got bookmark, trimming, contents export, this contrast, which is great, but it's just tiny and I can't get it any bigger. So the zoom feature is not working. I think they can repair that or add that with software, but that makes this real frustrating because obviously, again, let's go ahead to go to the e-reader and look at the difference in size. There's absolutely no way you can read that unless you got a magnifying glass, right? I mean, you can read it, but it's just not functional as compared to a traditional e-reader. So my thing that I would tell you is if you're using EPUBs, it's going to work. I think the EPUBs, again, let's go back to that. You can change the sizes. It actually works as an e-reader. The form factor, I think, is a good size. Again, as you come down here, and now you have the ability to mark it up, which is cool. And then you can just read through it, and it works real well. I am actually very satisfied with this device. I'm using it more and more. You can see the form factor here, which is good. And I'm using it more and more as a note taker because I actually like it a lot. I just obviously have these other devices as a reader, and that's why I want to do this video. So it can work. I don't think for PDF markup, this is your device because of the size. You can do it, but it's just a smaller device, and we have no zoom function. So if Supernote's watching this, software upgrade with the zoom, I think you would really change this as a reader. Again, just to go back to the basics of it, the note-taking aspect, the file organization, the writing experience, I don't mind any of those. In fact, having nibs that don't wear down because they're ceramic and the way this device is, it has a very unique writing feel to it. So could this be your catch-all device for $350, $400? This is actually the Lamy version. Yeah, you could do a lot with this. But I think where it gets complicated is when it comes into reading ebooks. And for me, I'm absolutely in love with the Kobo. I can sideload documents into this thing. I can move things in here, and I personally feel that it's worth a couple $100 to have a dedicated reader with a backlight on it. just to read. And I read a lot of fiction, I read a lot of books, and I'm constantly on this device at night when I'm in bed, and it just works. The form factor of this is great. Again, the Oasis I don't even use anymore because the Kobo is just taking over what I'm doing now. But this device, the A6X Supernote, is a great device. I use it by my bed in the last video to take notes. I use it carrying it around for quick note taking. Obviously, my bigger devices I use for more of my planning and organization, but I do use this device. And if you're thinking about it as a reader, my caution would be that unless you have a big EPUB library, you know how to do DRM-free EPUBs, that's where I would caution you on utilizing this device. Now, there is one more caveat here. This device runs on Android. They call it their own name, but they could add an app for Amazon or one of the products, and then all of a sudden it becomes a stronger reader. That may be down the line. They do a good job of updating this, but as of this video, right now, the reader is really rough for PDFs, works for EPUBs, you can get away with it, but you have no backlight. Okay, so just another video today. As you know, we do videos every day, trying to put them out there almost every day, giving you some good energy. I got a bunch of new equipment coming, our subscriber count's going. I appreciate you supporting this. It's more of a community than a channel, and we're doing some cool things. I will be giving the Moby Scribe away this week, by the way, and what I'm gonna do is try to do a live chat. We're trying to put that together every week, but I will be letting you know. Please check the community section here on the channel, and that way you can be notified of that. But as always, thank you for watching. Go have a great rest of your day. And if you got any questions, please put them down in the comments. I'm here to help you, and we're to have some fun, and that's what we're doing together. All right, until the next one, go have a great day.